For us, therefore, we're really taking that leap, us as a company, Bayer, in cell and gene therapy, which to me is one of these examples where really we're going to make a difference, hopefully, moving forward. There's some, ultimately the mRNA vaccines are an example for that cell and gene therapy. I always like to say, if we had surveyed 2 years ago in the public, would you be willing to take gene or cell therapy and inject it into your body, we would have probably had a 95% refusal rate. I think this pandemic has also opened many people's eyes to innovation in the way that was maybe not possible before.
DARPA calls it transhumanism, military transhumanism. But in an interesting way, this is actually part and parcel of the whole movement towards robotics. It's not only making individual warfighters comfortable with robots, it's this idea of coupling man and machine and merging humans and machine. And DARPA is doing that with programs now with what they call biohybrids, which people might call cyborgs. You know, they're able to actually control a rat through a labyrinth remotely because they've implanted electrodes in its brain. They can do the same with a moth. DARPA in 2014 created a steerable moth by inserting electrodes in the pupa stage of the moth, which then transformed. The wings came out, and this part of the machinery is now part of the animal system. DARPA is able to steer a moth.
It's unbelievable that humans can take over control. If you think about where this could go, this is really incredible. We're on our way now to the Nanjing Technical University to meet Dr. Sato, a researcher who's been working on some of the most advanced cyborg insects on Earth. Hello?
Hi.
Dr. Sato?
Hi.
So what is the work that you do over here?
Our purpose to control the flight of the beetle. I studied many things about the kind of muscle configuration, neural network of this living beetle. And also I studied leg control.
This is also by stimulating the muscles?
Yes, leg muscles. And we can do some of the different walking gait motion.
You stimulate all the muscles individually?
Individually.
So the beetle actually has no control over what it's doing.
Yeah.
Then. So you basically make it into a robot, actually.
Like a robot. Of course, some error, but that error is not so big problem.
I'd be very excited to see the work that you're doing right now.
Let's go to the lab.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
Yes.
Morning. Oh, yeah, sorry. So could you tell us what you do here?
We use this system to detect the leg motion, so we can put some marker on small marker on the leg.
And so this is the beetle that you're working with?
Yes. You can see the many wires, right? And my student, the Tao Feng, he is very good at the implantation and working on this leg motion control, actually. And he knows about the location of the leg muscles very well.
Can you tell me a bit what you're going to do?
Basically, I will press there are two buttons. One can change the working gait. The other one is I can change the step frequency. That means how fast the leg moves.
Yeah. And these LED lights, they correspond each to a muscle?
Yes, so in total 8 muscles.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
So the step frequency is 0.125 Hertz. So this tripod, so it's very slow now.
And so now it's alternating its left and right.
Yes, alternating. So if I want to increase the step frequency, I need to press this button. So that if I press once, so it's faster. Now it's 0.25 Hertz.
So amazing that you just press a button and the beetle starts walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. It seems almost unreal that you can kind of achieve this in a living creature.
If I press one more time, 0.5 Hertz, so it's faster. Then
this is really amazing.
1 Hertz. If I want to change to galloping, I press this button, so it will change to galloping. So, yes, it's galloping.
And this is when it runs faster, basically.
Yeah, the step frequency is 1 hertz.
Uh-huh.
Now it's 2 hertz.
Wow.
Yeah. It struggles itself, but it still obeys the stimulation signals.
Uh-huh. And do you think, is he struggling to kind of stop these stimulation signals?
Yes, I think so. But still, it obeys. You
Yeah?
can see, very clearly here.
And this just keeps on working like this?
Yes.
It doesn't get used to it or something? It doesn't...
No. I stimulate even like for more than half an hour, so it's still like this. We stimulate more than 7 days, more than 1 week.
Uh-huh. And it keeps working?
Yes.
You're putting in electrical signals into the beetle now, but is it using up its own energy source, basically? Is it using the food that it eats to drive the muscles, or are the muscles driven by the electricity?
Yes, the food.
So you have to feed it to be able to keep on doing this?
Yes.
Looking at this thing, it's unbelievable, actually, that humans can, take over control over the willpower of this insect, because the muscles are being driven by the insect itself. I mean, it has to feed it, it has to eat to be able to move the muscles. And all that they are doing is putting a bit of electrical stimulation into the muscles, and they can control it to a degree that's amazing if you think about it. These may just be the first stages of this, but if you think about where this could go, this is really incredible. And how long would a beetle like this live?
The natural, the regular beetles survive for 3 months to 6 months. Even after the implantation, beetle can survive for several months. We have never seen the beetle died right after the stimulation.
So it doesn't really hurt?
No.
So this is the walking part of the robot, and you're also working on the flight control. And you're also doing that here in the building?
Yeah, in this building, or the technical next building.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Alejandro.
I'm a student Lia, and my student Tang.
Hello. Wow, this is a very impressive room.
We like a beetle to fly as long as possible. Then we use this smooth paper, and we release the beetle, and the flying beetle even crash on the wall. Still, the beetle go back to the arena to fly. Yeah. We make the air gap between the paper and the actual wall. Because the beetle crash on the wall, then the beetle and our device does not be damaged.
Should I imagine it? Do you have a remote control or?
We use Wii remote.
A Wii remote. All right. All I gotta do is blow on its back to make its wings go, and then I can control it with this controller by pressing a button and moving it to a side. Yeah. Okay.
Press the right one. The right.
Hey, it worked. It went right. Can I try again? Als ik dan naar rechts druk, dan gaat hij naar rechts. En het werkt. You can also put other sensors on the chip, right?
Yes.
Because I can imagine that only steering a beetle
Yeah.
doesn't do much yet for someone who's buried under rubble.
For rescue mission, the important thing is to locate missing live person, right? Live people. And live people is born, right? Therefore, by setting some sensor, we can detect some living people. And the beetle can go move walking or flying to the heat source of the living people and find the location.
That would be very useful. And do you see other applications as well?
Preliminary investigation will find some, the terrorist or something, We are very serious to use this type of beetle for peaceful application to save people and to save the world peacefully. Yeah.
I think the most fascinating thing that I've learned over these past few days is that technology and nature are creeping more and more together, and that we might be heading towards a future where technology and nature might become indistinguishable.
One potential candidate for 6G is graphene, a form of carbon that promises to make communications at the terahertz band possible. They could even help to develop faster the Internet of Nanothings, which investigates how to connect things at the nanoscale level.
We have been able to use graphene not only as the antenna or the modulator, which is what we started almost 10 years ago when we were convinced with it. We also showed how we can use graphene, even by itself, to be able to generate a terahertz signal from scratch. Like, you connect your battery to this device and you have a terahertz signal coming out. We're talking about, however, devices which are few micrometers. So these are devices that make perfect sense in the context of the Internet of Nano things. You could make arrays out of them and utilize them in the larger scale too, but I would say for now, because other technologies are already good enough for the long range, we're focusing on the very short implantable type of range. Many things are happening. So on the one hand, we recently joined how you can also build a joint communications and sensing system at the nano and micro scale, but not to do sensing in the terms of radar, but actually to do biological sensing. So we can use terahertz radiation to both interrogate a tiny implant under your skin and understand what's its sensing status. Like, for example, has it encountered any biomarker that relates, for example, to lung cancer? That's the focus of our project. And the same signal, we can use it to send information between the implant and the wearable device, but at the same time to extract information from the channel. So this is something we did. Of course, whenever we talk about the body, bio, and terahertz, some people get afraid. So we have also been studying the impact of terahertz radiation on the human body. This is a question that I get many times, even here during these 2 days at the demo. Are these signals safe? So let's just start from the beginning. Yes, they are safe, especially with the powers that we're dealing with. Is there anything that these signals may alter in our body? Well, that's the type of thing we're studying. So the immediate answer is no, but maybe. And by maybe, I mean the following, right? From the moment that we can use terahertz radiation for sensing, it means that there is some exchange of energy between the terahertz signal and what you're trying to sense. Whenever there is an exchange of energy, it means that you can interact. And one of the things that we're looking at is try to make this nanoscale interface between biology and the digital world.
Graphites form from layers of carbon atoms in hexagonal rings. We saw that each carbon atom has an unbonded electron, and these electrons are delocalized, which means they can move. Because of this, graphite is a good conductor of thermal energy and electricity. In this video, we're looking at graphene and at fullerenes. These are all based on carbon atoms, so let's start by looking at graphene. Graphene is a single layer of graphite. This means that graphene is only one atom thick. Graphene was only isolated in 2004. Let's look at the properties of graphene. Graphene is an excellent conductor of electricity, and that's because graphene has delocalized electrons just like graphite. In the future, graphene will be useful in electronics. Secondly, graphene is extremely strong, and that will make it useful for new materials. Okay, let's look now at fullerenes. Fullerenes are molecules of carbon atoms with hollow shapes. Usually fullerenes have hexagonal rings of carbon atoms, but they can also have rings with 5 or 7 carbon atoms. The first fullerene molecule to be discovered is called Buckminster fullerene, and I'm showing you a picture of this molecule here. Buckminster fullerene contains 60 carbon atoms arranged in a hollow sphere. The carbon atoms form rings with either 6 carbon atoms like this one, or with 5 carbon atoms like this one. Fullerenes such as this have a number of uses. They can be used to deliver pharmaceuticals into the body. They can be used as lubricants, for example in machines, to stop moving parts from grinding together. And finally, they can be used as catalysts to speed up chemical reactions. Now, one really interesting group of fullerenes are called carbon nanotubes. These are fullerenes shaped into long cylinders, and I'm showing you that here. Again, you can see that we've got rings formed from 6 carbon atoms. Carbon nanotubes have got several very useful properties. Firstly, they've got very high tensile strength. This means they can be stretched without breaking. Carbon nanotubes are also excellent conductors of both heat and electricity. Carbon nanotubes are going to have lots of uses in the future.
I got a phone call and Paul actually had this dream about Tesla-phoresis and using this to light an LED. And I said, well, let's try it. We started with dispersed solution of carbon nanotubes to see if we could actually get those things to string together. The thought came to actually just put little spots of carbon nanotubes on these electrodes and see if they just align. And we actually got it to work with just one LED. And from there, the thought jumped into my head to, what if we put two in series and we can light the first one, and then what happens when we get that second LED to light up? And it just was mouth-dropping. It was an amazing experience just to see two LEDs with nothing tied to either end, just sitting in a solution of carbon nanotubes and strings together and they light.
What we've designed, and we've done this very, very quietly, but we're glad to now release it to the world, is this idea of Tesla-phoresis, which is a discovery we made several years ago, and we've been developing it. And Tesla-phoresis is, the simplest way to understand it is self-assembly at a distance, just long-distance assembly of materials. And what we did was, because we're at Rice, we had plenty of nanotubes around, so we decided to use nanotubes. And what we discovered was that these nanotubes can actually string together and form wires by themselves under this electric field.
This fundamental idea of force acting at a distance, that you can have, instead of, when you normally build circuits and things like that, you have to have physical contact. Now we're talking about building circuits without actually touching them.
All right, we're just dispersing this. Power on, and up. I realized that a Tesla coil could actually do this if you designed it in a way to create a very strong force field in front of it. And so that was the engineering aspect of it. And then once I designed the machine, then all sorts of discoveries started falling out of it. Oh, that was a good one!
Tesla-phoresis is one of those things, it's a project that there are just so many avenues, so many things that I think you can do with it. Not just making conductive wires, but taking it in so many different places, not only just biomedical and engineering, but taking it into different industries like silicone chips or exploring different conductive materials.
This also ties in just generally in nanotechnology that self-assembly is very big. That is, if you can get things to build themselves, just as in biology, we build ourselves.
What we've done is we've taken coal and we've shown that coal contains what we call graphene quantum dots. And what's amazing is that for 5,000 years, people have been burning this material. And its price is cheaper than anything on planet Earth. We can buy coal for $10 to $60 per ton. You can't buy even water for that much. Coal is the cheapest thing that we can buy, but locked inside coal are what we have found graphene quantum dots, and not just in trace amounts, but in 20% yield. So 20% of this material turns out to be graphene quantum dots. Graphene quantum dots, when we extract these, look like this. Looks like a black powder. Coming from this coal are these graphene quantum dots. But once these are in solution, these light up and fluoresce. That's really an important property. The reason that's important is because many times we want fluorescent materials for biological operations, for biological assays, and the fluorescent quantum dots are extremely expensive and they're toxic very often. But these materials are non-toxic and they fluoresce just like quantum dots because they actually are quantum dots. The fluorescent quantum dots are extremely expensive and they're toxic very often. But these materials are non-toxic, and they fluoresce just like quantum dots because they actually are quantum dots.
Graphene Quantum Dots by Jonathan Fosdick. Hi, this is a bottle of graphene quantum dots that I have made. Pretty amazing. You can see how clear it is, that slight yellow tint to it, and under black light it gets really fascinating. You can tell how it's kind of glowing kind of differently. When you shut off the lights, you will see graphene quantum dots do glow in the dark under black light illumination. This is because graphene is a semiconductor.
The question we wanted to go on to ask was exactly what cells in the brain and what biochemical mechanism may be responsible. And so we turned to an amazing new technique called optogenetics. In optogenetics, we combine the power of light with the power of genetics in a single tool that was developed at Stanford University in Palo Alto in California. And the idea is as follows: that you, in a surgical operation, implant a virus into a particular area of the brain that you think might be responsible for this novelty effect. And what you implant is something called channel rhodopsin inside the virus. And channel rhodopsin has the clever property that when it's expressed inside these cells because of the viral administration, then if you direct blue light through a little light guide, as you can see in the picture, down precisely onto those cells in the brain, they will activate. And we discovered that there's a group of cells called the locus coeruleus, which is heavily involved in arousal and activation, which also project to the hippocampus, and which appear to provide this kind of print now signal.
What do you think about them? Well, I've had people come up to me and go, "Have you seen the cameras on the streetlights?" And I was looking the other day, and I don't think it's a camera, but that green light looking like maybe another green light underneath, or I don't know what it is, honestly. But I thought I'd do some research, so I just typed in these numbers and letters that came up, and have a look what actually came up. Like, no shit, top of the list. It sort of freaked me out.
I admit it, I'm afraid they gon' kill me for this. Probably put me in my grave for the lyrics I spit. Been exposing the truth and all the secrets they covering. If I die, it was big pharma or government. Been putting too much truth in my songs. Like my stage of suicide and say I chose to move on. Probably cutting my brakes so when I tour too long, I'll die in a crash, say I was driving and drunk. Look, the Illuminati real. They're trying to make you dumb, trying to numb you out with pills. Trying to make you broke, trying to tell you it's a deal. Processing your food so now none of it is real. You eating super good but you still be getting ill. You working super hard but you still can't pay the bills. Silencing the visionaries, revising the dictionaries. Now you just can't find the right words to say and express how you feel. Target on my back, I think they're coming for my head. I know I recognize that then. I bet they wanna see me dead. They're gonna kill me.
Check it out, guys. We're about to go live in the Lucifer neighborhood. The zombie apocalypse is upon us. When they release that signal, it's gonna happen. Look at it. Everything blue here, guys. I can't really make this shit up. I'm reporting right now, November 12th, 2022. Everything blue here, guys. The whole neighborhood going live. Reporting right here, right now, November 15, 2022. We're gonna go live, guys. I'm going live right now. Look at this parking lot. I think they're glowing. Check it out. Generator right there. Nothing suspicious at all. Right here by the Apple Store, guys. We're going live right now. Check it out. Lucifer parking lot.
Oh, just kick me in the nuts already! They got Lucifer palm trees right in Fort Lauderdale! Can't make this shit up, guys!
Reporting right here, right now, December 15.
This is the video for the UK Freedom Warriors and Dan, just to show you I confiscated my parents' tests. They fucking glow. UV light. These motherfuckers, look at this, normal fucking cotton wool bud. Oh, luciferase. Yeah. Fucking hell. This is just bad. Do not let your kids take these fucking tests unless you put a UV light under them. If they don't glow, they're fine to use, but these all fucking glow. This is where they come from. Made in China. Cunts.
Simply jam this Q-tip up your nose. Way up your nose.
There is a viral video, so to speak, no pun intended, going around out there, and it's circulating on social media. You may have seen it, but if you haven't, this is what it looks like.
So come on, let's say it.
I didn't believe it.
You didn't believe me. But they are implanting you with microchips.
It's not a microchip.
A magnet.
And this is where she put it on the
This
right
is where
place.
she got the shot.
Got the shot.
Right
Move
here,
it
and
up.
it shows, and it
Yeah.
shows.
It's stinking. Why would it stink, Mom?
Here's the magnet. This is the arm I got the Pfizer shot in. And there it is.
Come closer.
Stick into my arm. That's where I got the shot. And here's the magnet on the arm I didn't get the shot. You go figure it out. We're checked. We're all.
It's weird. It almost wants to stick on the bottom side. It pushes, but then when you get a little higher, it wants to stick. There's a negative charge. No, it's still pushing, but then flip it over. You got chipped. Yes, you did. Oh, man.
This is my mum. She had the Pfizer vaccine. Last dose was when?
8th of March.
8th of March, so a couple of weeks ago. You can see that's clearly sticking there now. Try and stick it on her hand. I don't know what to say about that, guys.
Explain this to me. This is where I got my COVID shot in this arm, okay? Okay, you ready?
Hold on. I'm not.
We decided to do the COVID magnet vaccine challenge that apparently everyone is doing. I don't have an answer of why the magnet sticks to a vaccination site. I am not vaccinated. I am the first person in this video. My friend, who is the second person that I am demonstrating this on, as I scroll over there, is vaccinated, and I put the magnet on her vaccination site and the magnet stuck. Is this happening to anyone else? We are trying to find out if this is something that's common.
Are you ready? COVID jab number 2. What's the actual...
Well, rather than accepting these videos at face value, we did what we do here at the Highwire best. We investigated it, and we sent out Mom on the Street, Carmen Estelle. We sent her out to Laguna Beach to take the magnet challenge to the people right there on the spot, and take a look at what we found.
She has a Band-Aid on her arm. Did you get the vaccine?
We all got the vaccine like half an hour ago.
Oh. Today we are out in sunny Laguna Beach, California, doing the COVID vaccine magnet challenge to see how many people we can find where a magnet actually sticks to their injection site on their arm. So what people are doing is they've gotten the vaccine and then they're recording themselves putting a magnet to their arm and it's sticking in the spot where they got the vaccine. So have you seen the videos online of the people putting the magnet on their arm where they received the vaccine?
Yes, I've seen it on TikTok a few times, and I've seen it stick to people, I've seen it not. So I'm kind of skeptical. I don't know why it sticks, why it doesn't.
People are saying the magnet's actually sticking on the exact spot where they got the COVID vaccine.
I've never seen that before, but I'm really interested.
And when was your last dose?
About 2 weeks ago.
Do you know what's in the Pfizer vaccine?
I do not.
Do you care what's in the Pfizer vaccine?
As long as it helps me stay safe, I'm okay.
All right, here we go. So it's been a week and a half, right? About? Let's see.
Nothing is sticking.
We got Pfizer.
You got Pfizer, and was this your first or second dose?
This is our second dose.
How recently did you get the second dose?
I got it like an hour ago.
Okay, so just literally an hour ago. This is fresh. We can still see the mark.
No, I don't think it worked. You could try it. No.
Oh, wait. Is it just... Okay, now is that your arm just being, like, moist, or is that...
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Do you know where you got the... approximately where?
It's like somewhere around here.
Because I don't see a mark anymore or anything like that. Which vaccine?
The Pfizer vaccine.
Okay, because it... I don't know what's happening right now. Let's see if we can find a spot.
Feel something over here. No.
Is it sticky?
Oh. No, I haven't felt anything yet. I'm not sure. I don't think I feel anything.
I don't feel anything pulling. Do you feel anything? Sarah said that she's received both doses of which vaccine?
Moderna. I see the magnet sticking on people's arms, but I don't know if it's true. I don't know.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out here today, too, you know? I'm not feeling, well, I mean, I don't know if that's just because, do you have sunscreen on or anything?
I don't have anything on. I don't know why it's sticking.
Now, have you heard any of these theories going around the internet that there's like something in the vaccine that would cause this?
No.
What do you think about this sticking to your arm right now?
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, maybe I should get back. Let's see if we can get anything. So you said you received your COVID vaccine. Did you receive 1 or 2?
2.
And which vaccine did you receive?
Moderna. 14 of this month.
So it was pretty recently.
Yeah.
So maybe like a week ago. Or okay.
Interesting. Scary. Oh. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, it does stick.
Okay, so how do you feel about this?
I'm honestly scared.
Moderna or Pfizer?
I got Pfizer.
I had got Moderna.
Stick it right there.
Oh!
Okay, it sticks.
Hold on, get straight.
Confirmed. Right on the hole, the shot hole.
How do you feel about that?
I feel weird. I have a tracking device in my arm from the government, so take it out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared. I only got it because I wanted to travel. I don't know. It could be a tracking device. And it sticks for him! Oh my goodness.
Stop playing. I did it too.
True. Metallic in the arm.
It's really sticking, bro.
Yeah. I'm magnetic.
Oh! It's working. Vaccine shot. It's magnetic. They put a tracking device in you, for real. It's kind of freaking me out.
What you make of that is going to be up to you.
Listen, guys, now I'm really worried. This is where I got the shot, the second shot. Look at this. It's glowing. Now I go down my arm, and it gets worse. I have a little dot here, but the worst part, look at the vein in my hand. It glows. That is sick. Why is this doing this? Can someone tell me? Look at that. Look at that. It's glowing. And that's exactly where I got the shot. And now my hand and my vein is glowing. Why the hell is this doing this? What the hell is in this? What is in this shit?
Shine it there. Nearer to that dot. Oh, jeez, look at that. I've had my vaccine, Rosie. What do you think? What's happening? Come on, shine it on my hand. Oh my God. What have they put in that vaccine? Do you think I should have had the vaccine?
No. This recent video comes from a travel security source, and it displays proof that people's foreheads and arms are now reflecting light when they are viewed on this travel security black screen. But could this be a result of the COVID vaccines?
Omnivirus. And we have taken that virus and embedded it in the vaccine of this Stern's flu. I knew it. I knew it.
It created a panic, and now everybody's begging for the vaccine.
No. Demanding it with all the entitlement of a first world country.
Yes. And now we have exactly what we want. Hundreds of millions of Americans lining up, offering us their arms, and letting us give them our creation.
I'm pretty sure when every vaccinated person starts dying, they'll trace it back to undetectable virus or not.